So if you can't physically get to Jamaica at the moment, you can at least get a little taste. Today is Jamaican Patty Day in Toronto, and really, it's just a good excuse to sink your teeth into a Jamaican patty wherever you are in this country. This morning, we are celebrating all things patty with Ed and Hagos from Black Foodie. Welcome back to your morning. Your display is beautiful.
Thank you. It smells so good, too.
I bet that it does. You know, the first time that I had an authentic Jamaican patty, I was in Little Jamaica in Toronto. A guy sold me carrot juice outside from a cooler, and I had one fresh, and I was hooked. So good. Can you give us a little bit of context and history behind the day?
Yeah. So, as much as we love Jamaican patties, in the 80s, some Canadian health food inspectors, decided that the name was too confusing and that the Jamaican patty shops needed to change the name of the beef patty to something like turnover or, beef pie, because, a beef patty to them meant like a hamburger patty. And so, the Jamaican Patty shop owners, they rallied together, the community rallied behind them because this is not just a name, it's also the culture. And so they were able to, get a campaign around keeping the name Jamaican beef patties. And so, the compromise, it was just beef patty, and then it became the Jamaican beef patty. And that's what we know it as today.
I see you have a lot of varieties there in front of you, so I want to get to them. Walk us through a few of them. What should we be looking for, first of all, in a patty?
I think you should be looking for a couple of things. One, you need a flaky crust. I think you've got to have a good crust to filling ratio. And so I have a number of patties from across the city, both the new school and the old school, that I think will please anybody. So I think I'll start with some of the new school patties.
Let's do it.
If you're down. So, now everybody who loves a beef patty might not be able to eat beef. If you're looking for a vegan option, there are some cool businesses out there. There's one called Choose Life Foods, and this is a really interesting business because it's all vegan. They have a really flaky crust. They've got lots of delicious fillings like coconut and kale. And, when I break it up, it's just so flaky. Like, I love that I can just see those layers coming together. And then there's another patty vegan business called Patties. You can only get these on Instagram. They are very exclusive. You got to, put in your pre-order, but they have all sorts of interesting flavors like vegan curry goat or vegan oxtail. Yeah, they've got that. I'll go ahead and just show you this. Even ackee.
Okay, when you crack that open there, Eden, what are you looking for, in terms of ratio of crust to filling?
So I'm looking for a really good filling. I want to make sure that it's not empty inside. When you take that bite, you want to have an equal ratio. I also just, look for the taste. Once you bite into it, you're going to know whether or not you enjoy it. And I find that a lot of these specialty patty shops, they take a lot of care into their patties, and it's really delicious and always packed with lots of good filling. Okay,
so you showed us the new school. Can we see some of the old school?
Yeah, definitely. So you can't talk about patties without going to some of the classics. Everybody knows about Randy's, about Allen's. I also went to the Caribbean Queen of Patties. She's located on Toronto's Bloor Street, and she's been making her patties for years. She's known for this, and it's all made by hand. And she's got a lot of beef in each patty. So that's why I really like it. The beef patty is packed with flavor.
Oh, man, so filling, so good. If someone wanted to try making patties at home, how complicated is it?
I wouldn't say it's complicated. I think it takes a little bit of time and love. So, you're going to need all of your ingredients, your spices, when you're making Jamaican food, you're going to need some Scotch bonnet peppers, some scallions. If you're making a curried beef patty, you're going to want some curry or some chicken. But I think it really depends on how much time you have. I have some recipes on Black Foodie, but I think there's also some really great businesses that you can get patties for if you don't feel like cooking that day.
I hadn't tried a Jamaican patty until I moved to the city of Toronto from out west. For anybody who's never tried one before, you're so good at this, Ed, but can you give us sort of a description of what the flavor and the textures are like?
Yes. So think of it as kind of like a handheld pie, savory pie. It's really flaky. A lot of the times the Jamaican fillings, it's really flavorful and spicy. You're going to find, different versions of it, depending on where you go. You might even get a loaded patty. There's places like Crumbs Patties that actually pack it with cheese and tomato and, ketchup and mustard. So it almost feels like a patty burger.
Yeah.
It really depends. Oh, the one thing I wanted to mention too is, if you like carbs, get yourself some cocoa bread because you can just essentially pack your patty into the cocoa bread, and then, put in some other fillings if you'd like as well. But it's like extra crust on top.
Oh, it's like a double patty. That sounds even better. And that I haven't tried, but I should definitely do so today. And always good to have you with us. I can't wait to sample some of these. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Happy Patty Day.
Happy Patty Day.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.